I've been really involved with the amateur and the challenger scene for quite a while. Basically, every year that I've been a coach, I've been involved in that scene to try to help like the upcoming talent thrive. So something I'm going to be looking for in this scouting series is to be surprised. I think I have a really good grasp of who the next like up and coming players are, who to keep my eye on, and just make sure they're, you know, having that talent nurtured to become successful players one day because they are the lifeblood of the league. I'm going to look to be surprised here. Maybe see a couple players that I didn't know they had maybe such good positioning or maybe even gun skill. Seeing how they are as teammates in an unfamiliar environment, things like that are going to be really important. And overall, I'm excited to be wowed, but I'm also ready to have my suspicions confirmed about certain players that I do think are good and I do think are next up. Seeing them, like I said, in an unfamiliar environment like this, I want to see if they're able to adapt fast, and if they are, I'm going to be even more confident in them. The players on the Western team, so that's going to be Tom Gravity, Zapdius, Paul X, and Venom. Those guys just won the first Challengers Cup, and they look super impressive. Teams like Infinite, who didn't come out and have a great showing, that'd be Cells, Hollow, Gintroid, and Charles. I know that those players are phenomenal, and I want to see them succeed, so I want to make sure they're taking this serious coming in. And overall, I think there's a lot of players that have been circling around the top of the amateur scene for a year or two now and really show what they can do on any scale, whether it's the highest level of competition or a scouting series. I'm surprised that some of these players haven't even been looked at. Not necessarily that they haven't been picked up on the pro league teams, but just knowing that they haven't even been looked at as options. That does surprise me a bit. Some of the players that are back in the challenger scene this year were on sub spots last year. They were in the league last year, so we've got to see a little bit of what they can do. But yeah, it does surprise me that some of these guys have, from what I can tell and what I've spoke to other coaches and things about, they really don't have their eye on them, and it does surprise me, but it's also an advantage because I think I do know who's next up. So something we've done a lot this year compared to the last year, we realized that being ahead and not getting too far behind is going to be extremely important, especially when there's a lot of teams out there that are constantly trying to get ahead, grinding super early on. So we've just been putting a lot of effort into staying up to date with other teams, if not trying to, strengthen our curve a little bit against them. So just been putting in a good amount of time, been watching over some stuff just to make sure we're not missing any of our own flaws, looking back at what a lot of teams are doing against us and taking that away, not having any egos about that or, blaming online, anything like that, just making sure we're consistent in the way we're trying to get better. But scrims have been really good. Every day we're getting on, making sure we have a set goal in mind of like what we need to improve on and just actively getting better.